You never truly know someone until they've tried to be you. I'm Avery, 27, a graphic designer based in Portland. I've always been trusting, maybe too trusting. When my former roommate moved out, I found myself scrambling to find someone new. Bills were piling up and I couldn't afford rent alone. So I posted an ad, interviewed a few people, and finally chose Madison. She was charming, polite, organized, maybe a little too perfect. But I needed a roommate and she seemed stable. The first couple of months were uneventful. We got along. She kept the kitchen clean, paid rent on time, and even recommended a few books we both ended up reading. Then I left town for a few days to visit my family. When I came back, things felt off. My bedroom door, which I'd locked before leaving, looked like it had been opened. My desk drawer, where I kept personal documents like my passport, tax files, and some of my older work, was half open. Nothing was missing, but something felt wrong. I brushed it off at first. Maybe I was just paranoid, or maybe I was too trusting again. A week later, I got a strange message on LinkedIn. Open quote. Good luck with your application to Vault Creative. We're rooting for you. Close quote. Vault Creative was my dream company. I had been working on my portfolio for them but hadn't applied yet. So why would someone think I had? I searched for my name on LinkedIn, and there it was, a completely separate profile with my full name, my face, and even parts of my real bio. But the work history and qualifications were twisted, exaggerated. Some companies I'd never worked at, some skills I didn't even claim to have, but the real kicker, the portfolio they linked to, was mine. My actual designs, lifted and slightly modified, like someone had used Photoshop to scrub out small identifiers. I was stunned. There was only one person who could have accessed all that material, someone who had been in my apartment while I was gone, someone who had access to my documents, my hard drive, my desk. Madison. I confronted her that night. Hey, quick question. Did you apply to any jobs recently under my name? She blinked, smiled. What? Of course not. Why would I do that? She sounded sincere. But something in her voice made my skin crawl, so I decided not to argue. I said nothing more. I waited. A few days later, I did some digging. I contacted Vault Creative using my real identity. I told them what happened, that someone had used my name and my portfolio to apply, and that the information provided was false. They were polite but vague. I needed proof. So I waited again. It didn't take long. I overheard Madison on the phone one evening, talking to someone. She was laughing. Open quote, it was so easy. I just swapped out a few details, added some fake job titles. Avery doesn't even know. I've got the job, and they're paying me more than she's ever made. Close quote. I recorded it, just with a basic voice recorder on my phone. Crystal clear. Then I compiled everything. The screenshots of the fake profile, a side-by-side comparison of the real and fake portfolios, and the audio clip. I sent it to Vault Creative. 2 days later, they replied, open quote, thank you for your message. We take identity theft seriously. This employee has been terminated effective immediately. We appreciate your honesty and the evidence you've provided. Close quote. But I didn't stop there. I reported the fake LinkedIn account. It was taken down within hours. Then I shared what happened with a few other companies she had listed on her resume, just to make sure she couldn't sneak into their hiring pipelines next. I didn't go public. I didn't post her name. I didn't expose her online. But I made sure every bridge she built using my name was thoroughly burned. When she found out, she lost it. She barged into the apartment, furious, screaming, accusing me of ruining her life. You took everything from me. I looked her in the eye and said, no, you tried to take everything from me. I just took it back. She moved out the next morning, didn't even say goodbye. 2 months later, I applied to Vault Creative for real, under my own name, with my own credentials. No lies, no shortcuts, and I got the job. Turns out people appreciate honesty and actual talent over stolen portfolios. And me, I learned to trust my gut, because people like Madison, they don't knock you down all at once. They sneak in, step by step, while you're looking the other way. Until one day, you look up and someone else is walking around in your skin. So if you're ever wondering whether to speak up when something feels wrong, do it. Quiet revenge is often louder than any scream. Enjoyed this true story of deception, justice, and karma? Hit that subscribe button and stick around. There's more where that came from.